I wanna tell my story, diving in living color. Turn me in and turn me on. Yes, I'm live in living color. Make your eyes in doubt be gone.
This is the true story about Frank Abagnale Jr. He, from a very young age of 16, became a con man.
Before you know it, he is a pilot. Then he is a doctor, claims he could even be a lawyer. He is one of the greatest con artists of all time.
The show opens with Frank Abagnale Jr. He gets arrested in the airport. While he's getting arrested, he kind of has this idea he wants to tell his story.
Frank Jr. says, well, you know, I think I ought to tell these people what's going on here. And Hanratty says, well, this is not your show. And Frank says, a show? And the fun starts.
And then the whole thing turns out to be a variety show, very reminiscent of the TV variety show in the 60s. And so that's a wonderful concept to hang the story on. And it allows them to have many, many wonderful numbers.
The musical really kind of is around, centers around Frank's relationship with his father, who he kind of sees fall from grace, and also his relationship with the FBI agent who is trailing him, Carl Hanratty.
We're constantly rooting for Frank not to get caught. And I'm kind of rooting for the FBI agent to catch him. Well, eventually everybody gets together.
Aaron Tveit, I think he was born to play this role of Frank Abagnale Jr. Leo who? I didn't even think of Leo for a second.
Aaron Tveit is a fairly young, new man on Broadway who's a triple threat in that he can sing, he can dance, and he can act. And he can charm. So that's 4 threats.
I think hands down he has the best male voice on Broadway.
Norbert Leo Butz is Hanratty. And this guy is incredible. He has one marvelous number that just takes the audience, makes them happy as heck.
He almost got a standing ovation in the middle of the show. That's how good it was.
I've never seen him before on stage, and he honestly is probably the standout. I mean, he's absolutely hilarious.
I also really like Tom Wopat as the father, Frank Sr. He played an unlikable character very well. His singing voice is so beautiful, his low tenor, just gorgeous.
Honestly, hands down, it was the best show I've seen probably in the past 2 years. It really was that phenomenal. I'm still smiling. I don't know, it was absolutely fantastic.
I loved this show. It was the complete package. It had everything.
I think you should really see this show because, you know, there's a lot of good stuff out there right now. I would save my pennies and try to get to this one.
I would absolutely make room for this one. This was a really enjoyable night at the theater. I would recommend it to everyone.
Bring your whole family, bring everybody and see this show. It's fantastic.